7. Get it together. After God, you must love yourself first. You must be able to love where you are and where you are going to get to your place of happiness. Everything comes full circle when you make it a priority to take care of yourself, when society would like you to believe you must take care of others first. But you cannot properly take care of others if you cannot first take care of yourself. If you are not in a healthy mental state, then how will you be able to teach, lead, and take care of the next person? If you are not spiritually well, how can you properly guide someone to God? This is why so many of us feel as if we are stuck and just running a rat race. We all must learn to take care of ourselves first. I suggest never making a single move until you have prayed or meditated first. This should be done as soon as you wake up. If you have a newborn, decide that you will wake up before your child. While I know it's easier said than done, you will definitely reap the benefits almost immediately when you attend to yourself before you attend to others. What does it mean for you to attend to yourself first? Well, it means eating well, getting regular checkups, exercising, dressing well, engaging in hobbies that keep you mentally stimulated, and spending time with friends and family. Every day must be spent attending to your needs. Your body, mind, and spirit ask things of you every day and require your care so that they don't start to feel deprived and you don't start showing the symptoms. You need to give yourself attention in order to happily give others the attention, love, and friendship they need. Eating well and loving yourself more. Opening a can at dinner time or grabbing fast food at lunchtime is not the same as healthful eating. Your body needs you to provide it with the nutrients it needs. Right now you're probably asking what this has to do with love and attracting love into your life. Well, everything. I can't stress that enough. Let's break this down. As I've said over and over by now, you must love yourself, and the foods you put into your body are an indication of just how much you love yourself. Having French fries from time to time is not a crime against you and your body, but drinking a Coke every day is. Depriving yourself of the proper amount of water necessary to hydrate your body is another crime. Real love for yourself means only putting the best into your temple to help it operate at its optimal level. If you can nourish yourself properly, others will see that you are conscious of what goes in your body and will respect you for it. While you are not eating well to impress others, you are exhibiting that you love yourself and would provide the same type of love and nourishment to them. Any man who sees you as a future wife will want to know how you plan on taking care of him. While cooking is often a shared responsibility, if you are the one who plans on taking on this responsibility, then how you eat is something that he will be interested in. He will want to know how you plan on feeding a future family, based on how important health is to you. He can see what you value based on what you eat. Again, it doesn't mean you need to eat veggies all day. Well, for some it can mean that. But if he is considering you as a partner, then what you eat means a lot. How you care for yourself displays how you will care for him in the future. The same goes for him. If he loves to cook and plans to take responsibility for meals, then watch how he eats and tends to himself. If you don't feel good about yourself, your choices about what goes in your body will reflect that. This in turn plays a role in who you attract in your life, since you're not only dulling yourself with food, but you're also guarding yourself against meeting someone who loves himself enough to take good care of himself. Enhancing your physical appearance. One of the many benefits of eating well is that it contributes to how well your body will serve you, including in the looks department. We all want to look our best, and what we put into our bodies impacts how well we look and feel. Certain foods, for example, help to clear skin and make hair shine. If you're wondering how this impacts your ability to attract love, think about it. Most of us are attracted to people who look their best. When you look good, you feel good, and you can expect good to enter your life. Aging gracefully. Aging doesn't have to be painful. Aging gracefully can and should be supported by your diet. One of the keys to looking as young as you feel, that is, if you feel young, is to eat right. Eating in a way that shows that you love yourself will reflect internally and externally as you mature. You want to be proud of every milestone you reach as you age. Below, I've assembled a list of foods that are known to be anti-aging: yogurt, chocolate, spinach, fish, nuts, avocados, blueberries, kale, pomegranates. Cultivating a clear mind. Food has energetic power. Eating well and cleanly will give you a clear mind. Eating healthful foods and treating your body well can result in increased sensitivity, which means you emotionally show up in the now with unclouded awareness. You are able to show up in life and practice greater tolerance for yourself as your feelings arise. Those feelings of sluggishness, emptiness, or hopelessness can be controlled through a better diet. With a clear mind, you are able to be present and to notice what's around you. You are able to make better decisions and to stick to them, which not only benefits you, but is an attractive trait to men wanting to be in a committed relationship. Eating well plays a pivotal role in getting yourself together and loving yourself so that you are able to love others. It is vital that you eat the proper number of meals each day, and that you drink the right amount of fluid so that your lungs and other organs can release the toxins in your body. Regardless of how you feel, and I know that breakups can lead to loss of appetite, you must be the one to feed your body and let it know that you love it. Feeding yourself well is a vital way of spiritually connecting to yourself. Getting a checkup. I know they can be a pain, but those annual doctor visits are a must. You need to know your current state of health. If you have a medical condition, are you taking care of it? You must be able to put your health needs before anything else. You can spend a lifetime trying to fulfill a desire, but if your health is not in order, whatever you achieve will mean nothing to you, since you won't be able to enjoy it. Choosing to sacrifice your health for a person, circumstance, or achievement slowly harms your body and your self-esteem. You need to make sure that you are not deficient in any vitamins, and that all parts of your body are functioning as best they can. It is also imperative that you know your STD status, meaning whether you have something. Take care of you. Do not let fear control how much you choose to love yourself. Know where you stand and go from there. If you maintain a positive attitude, pray, and keep God in mind at all times, all things foreign will flee from your body, because a home operating in the positive is not conducive to disease. Control your thoughts, and that will control what makes its home in your body. Some of the annual checkups you should have are dental, vision, physical, and gynecological, including an annual breast exam. If your doctor recommends getting a mammogram or a colonoscopy, then get those things done too. The love you display for yourself by knowing where you are health-wise and by taking proper care to remedy anything that needs addressing helps you exude confidence and make better choices in your love life. When you begin dating, a man should be able to see that you are conscious of your health and take your body seriously, from what goes into it to how you care for it. When you start dating a guy whom you are considering part of your future, he too must learn how to take care of you when you're ill. And if you don't know how to do that for yourself, then how will your future partner know how? Neglecting your body is not an attractive trait to anyone. A man is going to want to know where you stand health-wise, and you will want to know where he stands. It may not be the most comfortable conversation, but if you want to attract a love that will last, it is a conversation in which "I don't know" is not a suitable answer. Spiritual checkups. The spirit also needs to be checked up on, every day. While no one talks about getting a spiritual checkup, you do need to be in tune with your spiritual needs. A spiritual checkup is not something that happens once every few months, but several times daily. The checkup occurs when you wake up in the morning, before you go to bed, and throughout the day when decisions need to be made and challenges arise. Your spiritual thirst is quenched when you spend time with God. You must remember that the solutions have arrived before the problem. Through reading the Bible, meditating, praying, worshiping, and inviting God to be a part of every aspect of your life, your spiritual self is in good working order, and you can attract a man who sees what you stand for. You will not have to compromise your faith. Your faith will help you stand solid on taking care of your spiritual needs. The right person for you will water your spiritual growth. If you are unable to get yourself spiritually right, it will show in the mistakes you make in the future. If your alignment with God and your purpose is off, then you will attract those who are also off within themselves. A man who is serious about your being a part of his future will want to know where you stand spiritually. He will want to know who is leading you and how you seek counsel. He will want to know if you are someone who will pray for him and his family. Do you take prayer seriously? Is it a priority in your life? Most of us know that we cannot save someone who is not interested in the Word. We can only be an example of who the divine Christ is within us, and that God will be the one to change his heart. You can lead a man, but you cannot make him do what he doesn't want to do. Spiritual checkups are a valuable part of taking care of yourself. When you take care of yourself, you display the love and compassion you have for yourself and for others. When you are spiritually deprived, you cannot encourage your own beliefs, let alone those of others. Your conversations are always full of doubt and questions, and you resist God's truth by not operating in faith, and instead only focusing on what's happening in front of us. Your relationship with God must be intact before you can have a healthy relationship with anyone else. Getting it together means getting your spirit in order. Exercise your self-love. It's time to take charge of your health. A healthy individual is glowing, confident, and energetic, makes better decisions, and operates with wisdom. And exercising the body, mind, and spirit is a great place to start. Let's look at some ways to do this. Exercising the body. Physical activity can improve your self-esteem and, of course, is a valuable part of loving yourself. Through exercising, not only are you saying that your mind, body, and spirit are important, but you are also saying that wherever you see room for improvement, you're on it. You are telling yourself that you do not give up on you, and that you do not place your physical needs at the bottom of your to-do list. Through exercise, you can release stress, treat depression, and help your body produce the energy and stamina needed to make it through your day. You may also use exercise as a way to reach physical goals and to improve your appearance. When you meet a physical goal, your confidence skyrockets, and you take pride in yourself and your ability to achieve whatever you desire. You feel so much better about yourself. Simply going to the gym a few times a week or doing a few exercises at home will help elevate your self-image, as well as attract a lover who is interested in self-improvement. When you are interested in improving yourself, you are interested in improving the environment around you, and you are more conscious of what you would like to allow within your space. Here are a few physical activities that will help you feel great and will provide some mental and spiritual benefits as well. Yoga. Yoga helps you stay fit and brings awareness to your posture. You become more flexible and relaxed and learn how to handle stressful situations more skillfully. Through yoga, you strengthen your mind and body, you feel fit, and you gain awareness of your strengths and your limitations. Pilates. This exercise is all about body awareness and control. You strengthen your core. You learn to focus and achieve. The different poses guide you to a high level of self-confidence that will lead to feelings of empowerment, optimism, and determination. By challenging yourself with Pilates, you challenge the mind and increase self-awareness. Kickboxing or boxing. This is a great way to release negative emotions. You are in control of how you feel, and when you want to do something physical about it, you can choose to let go with an exercise such as kickboxing. This actually alleviates stress and frees you from whatever emotion is holding you captive. You are mentally beating away your problems for the day. You end up viewing yourself as a victorious individual, capable of overcoming any situation that comes your way. Swimming. This form of cardiovascular exercise helps you control your breathing, regardless of what is happening. You learn how to swim with and against the waves. This also helps you deal with situations that come up in your day and the way your body reacts to them. Swimming is a great way to release stress and to challenge the body and mind. It helps to establish a conqueror attitude in overcoming any obstacle, no matter what is going up against the body. It is also a great way to stay fit and to exercise many muscles in the body at the same time. Running. Running will change your outlook on who you are and what you can accomplish. It will give you the confidence to defy mental and physical limits and help you to push yourself. If you are into running marathons, this is a unique way to release what you have been mentally holding on to, focus on the task at hand, and push yourself forward to a new goal. Every time you achieve one goal, you build the self-confidence to accomplish another. Exercising the mind. Exercising isn't just physical but mental as well. Doing mental exercises often, even daily, will help you face the tasks and challenges ahead. Here are a few mental exercises to get you going. Study a new language. This not only helps boost your brain power, but it also assists in your ability to multitask, improves memory, widens your perspective of the world and other people's, sharpens your reading skills, and helps you express yourself, problem solve, and negotiate. Challenge your palate. Trying new foods, as well as trying to identify the ingredients in your food, is fun and helps to improve recognition and memory. You can also do this by testing your knowledge of wines as you wine taste. Do those math problems in your head. Step away from your phone or calculator and figure out that math problem with good old pencil, paper, and brains. Tell a story. Telling stories challenges your brain to focus on details and to tie an emotion to those details. Plus, it's great entertainment. Exercising the spirit. Along with physical and mental workouts, we also need spiritual ones to keep our faith in tip-top shape. Just like any muscle, if you don't use it, it becomes weak and ill-equipped for the job at hand. Here are some great spiritual exercises. Practice being a giver. You can do this by tithing and devoting your time to helping someone else. Identify your blessings. Identify your blessings and be thankful for them. Share your testimony. Tell your story to those willing to listen. You can help them with their journey as you share your testimony of how God has been great to you and has loved you along the way. Fast. Detox the body and the mind and focus on what is private between you and God. Spend time in nature. Doing this allows you to feel spiritually connected to all living things and to understand the meaning of being one with God. Dwell in the beauty of your present and of all the gifts of the planet. Self-reflection. Dressing well. You sound like you're wearing sweatpants. Dressing up should be fun. Most likely, as a little girl, you used to love to dress up in your mother's or sister's or grandmother's clothes, and to dress up your dolls as well. The idea was to look nice and pretend to be someone you admired or respected. As time passed, you either stepped up the attention you gave to your attire, or you barely gave yourself the time needed to put yourself together. The world can tell how you feel about yourself by the way you dress. You can argue this until you no longer have the energy to say another word, but the truth will always remain that how you dress is a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself. When you dress with care and confidence, it's an external way of showing that you respect yourself. The daily attention you give to yourself displays that you always present your best self, even when you do not feel like it. When you look good, you feel good, and your actions line up with how you feel. It's obvious to others when you wake up and throw on some clothes without really caring about what you're doing. You can guess what message that sends to those who come into contact with you, but more important, you can guess what message that sends to you. Every time you dress in a less than desirable way, you are saying to yourself, "This is who I am. This is what I believe I deserve. And this is as good as it gets on a typical day." How you wear your ensemble is a direct correlation to how you feel about yourself and the world around you. Your mind and spirit only make moves that they believe in. That's why the saying, "actions over words," holds so much truth. Self-neglect can lead to feeling bad, looking bad, and acting indifferent, and this includes whether you give any attention to your sense of style and self. When you stop neglecting yourself on the outside, more than likely you will stop neglecting yourself on the inside as well. Getting compliments on how you look also encourages you to keep treating yourself better, to become more poised, and to go about your daily activities with self-assurance. Here are some things you can do to present yourself in the best light. Iron your clothes. Wear clothes that fit. Dry clean what needs to be dry cleaned. Put on your favorite seasonal perfume. Always arrive put together. Master your personal style. First impressions are made instantly. Just by looking at how you wear your clothes, people make judgments, such as if you are approachable or are someone to avoid, if you are trustworthy, likable and confident, or someone who can be taken for granted. While these judgments may not be based on reality, they still affect how others treat you. In the process of loving yourself first and attracting love, you must pay special attention to details, especially those that help you feel more like yourself, so you can imbue your everyday actions with confidence and self-love. Mentally stimulating hobbies. My skin is glowing, my bank accounts are growing, and my relationship with God is better. Life is great. That's the goal. It truly is great when you make the time to improve yourself. Establishing interests in certain areas of life, such as the arts, your community, your church, sports, and other extracurricular activities allows you to grow in terms of communication skills, emotional development, and the cultivation of new ways of thinking. From taking a cooking class to visiting museums to gardening, it is time to take up some activities you truly enjoy. Staying in the house and doing the same routine hinders your ability to get over a bad situation and prevents the doors of growth from opening. The activities you choose should be of genuine interest to you. They should intrigue you in some way, or be something you've always wanted to try. If you have a list of activities that intrigue you, why not take the time to try one now? You do not need to be in a relationship to do something you've always wanted to do. You are still in good company when you do these activities with friends or family, or by yourself. Learn to enjoy your own company. Defeat your fears and the thoughts in your head that say you can't do certain things alone. When you learn to take joy in your own company and be at peace and confident when engaging in new activities, you become unstoppable. It might help you to realize that though you don't need company to be happy, you may want company. There are several benefits to taking on a hobby and participating in new activities. I will list just a few of them. Taking on a new hobby raises self-esteem, diversifies your interests, builds relationship skills, exercises the ability to contribute. If there is an area you feel weak in, or you just want to explore an untapped talent, participating in an activity that helps you develop unexplored parts of yourself can increase your self-knowledge, create lasting memories, and build toward your self-perception. Many of us would love to excel at something, and especially as we get older, we would like to know that we can still sharpen our skills. Taking the time to expand your horizons and build your skill set is an investment well worth looking into. Perhaps you need to improve your relationship skills, and if so, taking on new activities with all different kinds of people can help you do just that. Mixing what you love with what you are curious about is one of the best ways to diversify your interests. This diversification will allow you to meet new people, to have different conversations and perspectives. It allows you to appreciate your world on a much grander scale. Here are a few activities and hobbies that will help you do that. Writing, horseback riding, singing lessons, knitting, gardening, swimming, calligraphy, learning a new language, sculpting, interior design or renovation, playing the violin, any church activity that strikes your interest, taking part in local theater productions, taking a class to learn a skill such as Photoshop. It's in the openness of your heart as you try out new hobbies that you also discover what you are truly passionate about. You have given yourself the opportunity to interact with people who share your interests and passions. As such, you are able to express a part of yourself that may have taken a back seat due to stress or routine, or people in your life holding you back. Making time for your activities allows you to put you first and to open yourself up to a potential love interest with the same interests. Although you engage in your activities for you, you also allow the wonderful possibility of love to find its way to you, often when you least expect it, when you express yourself through your creative outlets. Whether or not you are ready to open yourself up to love, you are healing just by having an outlet that allows you to create and to discover an aspect of yourself that you may have silenced or taken for granted. If you are known to be predictable, now is the time to awaken your senses and step into the blessings and opportunities that God has offered to you. You are never too old or too young to live right now. The rediscovery of you. Part of why I stress the importance of learning where your passions lie is that in picking up the pieces to create a new and improved you, which I like to call version 2.0, you must first know who you are. You must know where you stand, where your boundaries lie, what you like, what makes you happy, who you are in any given environment, and more. I could go on, but ultimately the truth lies in knowing that what once was able to shake you cannot permanently break you. Even at your most vulnerable times, you know that you can and will get back up. Your feeling broken is not the same as being broken. You are not damaged. Your many times of hurt and pain expose your weak areas and give you the opportunity to strengthen them. Regardless of how things turned out in your past relationships, you have the opportunity to do and be better for yourself. You consciously state that your next man will not see you behaving as you once did, because you yourself did not like behaving like that. You also state that you will no longer allow anyone to make you feel less than. You get what you believe. This rule applies to anything in life, but in this context, what you believe about yourself is what you will attract into your life. If you have ever wondered why certain people seem so confident that they always expect their word to be taken as the only truth, well, that comes from knowing and believing that they can be, have, and do whatever they want. They know who they are, whether or not others believe the things they profess. They are able to stand firm in their self-knowledge and have an unshakable self-esteem. They are not concerned with how others perceive them, or whether they are accepted or understood by others. Rather, they know that they are enough as they are, and that whatever is going on around them fits their world, and not the other way around. You are the daughter of the Most High. You are a queen. You were created out of love. You are powerful and undeniably remarkable. You are a one-of-a-kind woman whose beauty radiates from her spirit and makes its way out to the world. You are a valuable, lovable, divinely made woman. You are needed, loved, and respected. Your presence is a blessing. Your gift is impressive, and you are here because you are needed. You have something to offer the world. There is no one like you. There will never be anyone like you. Your smile is needed. Your thoughts are needed. Your heart is needed. Your spirit is needed. You are the miracle that someone prayed for. You are a blessing to others. You make a difference. You are the difference because you are different. You are that woman. You are God's child. You are worthy. You are someone's reason to smile. You are appreciated. You are as important today as you were years ago. You have a place in this world. Those words of affirmation reflect the truth of who you are. When you truly know this, then you can make decisions based on your beliefs about yourself. Your decisions serve not only you, but also those around you. It is in the rediscovery of who you are and who you always were in God that you understand your purpose. Instead of living behind who others want you to be or getting lost in an identity that is forced on you, you can choose to embrace the beauty of you. When you choose to lead a life that is true to you, you attract people and situations that truly align with your values. You understand who and what you want in your life, and stop worrying about what everyone else wants for you. You are able to uncover hidden truths and gain insights about you and your inner world. When rediscovering who you are, you must get back to the basics. And one way to do that is to answer a few simple questions about yourself. It's also valuable to know the whys to each answer, to understand their meaning to you. Here are a few questions to ask yourself. What motivates me? Why? What's my favorite food? Why? What makes me happy? Why? What do I consider my greatest accomplishment? Why? What are my 3 biggest priorities right now? Why? If money were no object, what would I do all day? Why? How would I describe myself? Why? Aside from the necessities, what's one thing I could not go a day without? Why? What is my favorite color? Why? How do I handle tough situations? Why? What makes me smile? Why? Would I call myself an introvert or an extrovert? Why? Which of my 5 senses would I say is my strongest? Why? How well do I follow my instincts? Why? What is my personal motto? Why? What are the 3 things I think about almost every day? Why? What is my dream job? Why? What would I like to do on my own? Why? What would I like to do with a group of friends? Why? What is one thing I will never do again? Why? Who knows me best? Why? What would I like to do over and over again? Why? What would I like others to say about me? Why? What do I care about most? Why? Putting yourself on a pedestal. In the effort to get to that place where you feel whole, you need to make a conscious decision that your love is enough, not only for the right person, but ultimately for you. If you were to receive the love that you give to others, would you be happy? I am asking this question because I believe you have a deep understanding of what love is and what it looks like. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 to 7, New International Version. On some level, you know that your love is enough. Your love in the purest form displays truth, vulnerability, loyalty, compassion, joy, energy, and healing. The belief that you need more material things or that you need people to love you is false. When you understand the love in which God created you, the love that saved you, as well as your self-love, which doesn't seek validation from others, then you are truly in tune with yourself and can operate from a space of wholeness. Eight. These things need to change. You've learned a few lessons. You may have figured out a few things about yourself that you don't like, and a few things you may feel you would do differently now. You may even begin to understand that you weren't perfect in your relationship, and although he was what you wanted, he was far from what you needed. Your mind and spirit are now making adjustments so they can function with clarity. It's not so much what you went through that matters, but how you handled it and what you took away from it. If you truly feel like you made no mistakes and did nothing wrong, then this is really the time for self-examination. Some of your choices led you to pick that particular individual. You may not have done anything drastically damaging or even anything worth talking about, but you still need to use discernment. You have to accept that he isn't the guy. No matter how much you want to fit that one piece into your world, it no longer belongs there. He doesn't truly want to be a part of your world, Because if he did, his actions and words would consistently show his love for you, not just when he is in a good mood or wants something. So things have to change. It's time to break down the walls of habit in thought and action. You must have a plan for what you want and need and the direction you plan on going in. With a concrete plan in hand, ask yourself if you already have all that you want and believe for yourself. If the answer is no, then it is time for change. If the answer is yes, and I want you to really think about this if you keep attracting the same type of men, then you need to raise your standards in regards to what you are expecting and accepting. Now that you are in a new space, with a new set of feelings to fuel your thoughts, it's time to let go of the old thoughts that no longer serve you and refine those that are there to protect you. In the process of moving forward and letting go, you must reset your mind. Fighting against how you feel does not make change come about easily. In fact, it does the complete opposite. You use the little energy you have in trying to offset your pain, making it much more painful to heal and harder to create change for yourself. Attitude and outlook. I've got a new attitude. New attitude performed by Patti LaBelle. One of the changes you will need to consider in stepping into your better self is to improve your attitude and outlook. If there was ever a time you thought or uttered the phrase, "being single isn't that bad," guess what? You're right. It's not bad at all. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's greener wherever you water it. So now you are single. You are in a space you may not have wanted to be in again, but hey, you're here, and it's time to grow the grass you stand on. Maybe you feel you function better when you are in a relationship, or you're someone who always needs to be in a relationship to feel justified or whole. Let's examine that. You are more than who you are in a relationship. Your opinions as an individual matter. Your decisions as an individual matter. You should not feel comfortable being defined only by your couplehood status. If you believe that you always need to be referred to as Robert and his girl, then it's time for some introspection. Why do you feel you are not strong enough to stand on your own? Why is your attachment to him so strong that you lose your sense of self? What part of someone else makes you feel complete in a way you can't feel by yourself? I'm sure Robert, being the secure man that he is, wants his girl to have an opinion and to stand on her own name. It's time to feel your inner strength and deal with what's next. Your strength lies in knowing that your bruised heart will heal. You must set your mind to the fact that this is a short moment in your life. With time, prayer, and a gradual increase in self-esteem, things will shortly change for you. Decide that you will shift your attitude. You will entertain only positive thoughts toward yourself and everything else. When thoughts of your past relationship or your ex, or negative thoughts about you and your situation arise, do not shun them. Instead, simply make a small effort to think of things that make you feel happy. If the thought of the car you purchased for your ex that put you in debt starts to stir up anger, that will only attract more thoughts to feed into your anger, and now you are angry for the next 30 minutes. Not only are you angry, but you are also tired and probably have had a full conversation in your mind about what you should have done or said and so forth. That is not the way to deal with such a sensitive topic. When a negative thought comes to mind and you start to feel a painful emotion, simply switch to thinking about that scene in a movie that made you laugh, the next house you see yourself buying, and how you want to decorate it, or the next trip you want to take. You might even go so far as to think about the next guy and the many things he will do to make you laugh. This is a simple way to switch your thoughts from negative to positive. In this way, you train your thoughts to move forward, and you express to yourself how you no longer wish to live in that space of negativity. Where your mind settles, so does your heart, and if you truly want to change, you must start with your attitude. Your attitude and feelings about others need to be reassessed. If you find yourself in a place of bitterness and resentment, let it go. Your hurt should not affect your relationship with the people around you. Those who truly love you do not want to see you snapping at others and being pissed off at the smallest things. You let bitterness go when you let God in. Take the time to surrender your feelings to Him, and realize that though your feelings are valid, they should not serve as your prison sentence, since you are only hurting yourself and others. No man-bashing. Being bitter and resentful can lead to cultivating a distaste for the opposite gender. Let me just say, gender hating is not attractive. You may be tempted to say the most inappropriate things about the male species and view them in a negative and undeserving light. This is called man-bashing. Refrain from doing this and taking part in conversations in which others are doing the same. The truth is, there are good guys and there are bad guys, just as there are good women and bad women. Man-bashing is not going to attract your future love. In fact, it will do the exact opposite and scare good ones away because of your ingrained attitudes about men. Not every man did to you what the last man did. Examine why you chose the men that you've dated. What is it about you that keeps attracting these types of men? What is it about them that intrigues you? Ask yourself if intrigue triumphs needs. To put it simply, you do not attract what you want by stating what you dislike and dwelling on that. You welcome new change by talking about what you want and choosing to see the good in your situation. Maybe if you are still struggling with your newfound singleness, you're asking, what is good about my current situation? It's all in your outlook. Now is the time to face your issues and learn from them. Now you can get yourself together. You are learning how to handle a loss at a different level, and you are finding your strength within it. Your outlook should be that next time you will get what you want and need. It's your chance to get better and not settle. Your outlook may also be a statement to yourself. I am out of that chapter of confusion and being given a fresh start. Or, I can finally relax without unnecessary stress. Setting your expectations. There should also be a change in your expectations. This means asking yourself what you expect for your future, your next relationship, and yourself. What do you feel is a must in your relationship? If you have taken one thing away from your last relationship, I'm sure it is your do's and don'ts and your wills and won'ts. An example of some expectations could be, there must be trust, unconditional love, and the ability to open up and talk about everything in a judgment-free zone. Trust could mean that you must be able to believe overall what your partner says to you. Unconditional love may mean that he values you, whether you are a CEO or an unemployed student. Being able to talk about anything in a judgment-free zone may mean that you can express yourself, from your fears to what excites you to your past mistakes, and still be deemed a woman of substance. This is what unconditional love looks like. These may not be your exact expectations, but you get the idea. These are realistic expectations, and though they may not make your future guy the perfect guy, he will be the right guy for you in terms of what you want and need. When setting expectations, you must allow room for them to be met in a way that's different from what you envisioned. There should be room for that slight margin of error, with the ability to work toward better. An example of this could be that you expect to always be respected in your relationship. Well, this is a very valid expectation. But what happens if your future partner makes a simple error that you consider offensive and disrespectful? Do you end it right there? Or do you tell him that that particular action was disrespectful and that you will not tolerate it again, and then see where this leads? Should you have a list of expectations? If you're wondering if you should make a list of your expectations, the answer is no. You should not have a list of, say, 50 expectations you demand your future partner to live up to. You should have about 3 to 5, or even less if you can, main ones that are crucial to you, and you should stick to them. Your expectations are personal. While they should not be superficial if you want a relationship of meaning, they are your expectations. You must also examine where you have gathered your expectations from and why. Many of our expectations come from our friends, family, society, and other external influences. But the truth is, you must be in sync with what resonates with you. Your expectations should also be seated in your development of self. What do you expect of yourself in terms of the direction you would like to move in, the actions you would like to take, and the feelings you would like to feel? Examples of expectations of yourself would be statements such as, I expect to believe in my decisions and what I draw into my life, or I expect to stick to what I know is right for my future, regardless of who or what enters my life and feels good right now. Your ability to manage your expectations helps you step out of your comfort zone and experience change. With a different mindset, your faith grows and the actions you take to elevate yourself increase as well. Change starts with working on yourself. Any change that happens starts within you. In fact, the only way you can see external changes is when you decide to make changes from within. You must want to do better and have better because you believe you are better than what you have accepted for yourself in the past. You have grown and can now accept that some changes need to be made. As fabulous as you are, you may have some characteristic that you can improve on. An example of this could be that you may not be as domestic as you would like to be. Maybe you want to learn to cook or make a habit of making your bed in the morning, even if you live alone. In terms of character building, you may want to learn to embrace people and have more fun by hosting dinner parties and game nights. Or maybe you want to become more of an initiator and take a class, such as a dance class, that will help you be that person who takes charge. Improve in areas that would help you in your next relationship. Always remember that the most important traits to improve on are the ones that concern how you feel about yourself, your ability to care for others, and your skills, in that order. If your last partner complained about your lack of care, or your insecurities, or your ability to just say what you mean, then these are areas you should explore, without compromising the peacefulness of your spirit. The only way your changes will really take root is if you continue to move forward until the actions become habits. In other words, the changes will only become normal to you through exposure and repetition, regardless of how you feel. At first, you may find it easy to make the change, but after a few days or weeks, your mind and body may reject the new thoughts and actions since they feel foreign. They will question why and try to fight off your new habits. And this is where it becomes tough. It's the same with going to the gym. You start off with good intentions, but eventually you give in to your mind telling you that this isn't you and that you should stay home and watch TV. You must have the willpower to overcome and keep going until both your mind and body accept your new actions and they become your new normal. In the act of gratitude, you will experience change. Think of it this way. You are out of that relationship. Be grateful that you are out. Be grateful for what has been revealed to you. The pain you may be experiencing now is better than waking up every morning knowing your situation is not right, but prolonging the inevitable. The pain of holding on is worse than the pain of letting go. As time goes by, you'll realize that there is a kind of joy in being set free from what you once thought was a slice of heaven, some days. This is the time to express your gratitude to God, your friends, and your family for supporting you through your tough times. While it is easy for you to feel angry and resentful, being grateful, with the focus on moving forward, will bring about a much easier transition to the next phase of your life. Through gratitude, you can usher in more positive feelings, turning even a bad relationship into a stepping stone to your path of freedom. This gives you the clarity and strength needed to get you through those not-so-easy days. By being grateful for people and things, you choose to see the positive in everything. This viewpoint will help you combat depression, feelings of isolation, and anger. When you practice gratitude, you almost immediately feel as if a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. You realize there is so much in your life to be thankful for. There is so much more out there in the world that you can and will love, and that will love you right back. It's time to step up your gratitude game, especially when dealing with painful changes. Even in your darkest hour, there is always some light present. God never gives up on you or leaves you in your own mess. Whether you get out of the darkness kicking and screaming or praising and being grateful is a choice that only you can make. Love your way through every detail, and the healing process will soon be a piece of cake. Elevating your beliefs. After any life-changing experience, old beliefs start to dissipate as a result of what you went through. This is the prime time to set a new direction for where you want to go spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. If you're not big on using your imagination or entertaining the thought that anything is possible, then you might struggle a bit with these ideas. But limiting your thoughts and beliefs because of negative past experiences will keep you feeling the same feelings, doing the same things, and attracting the same people and situations into your life. You'll continually say, "I've been through this before." Why? Because you did not learn the lesson the first time. You did not make a conscious effort to believe in something new for yourself. Your old beliefs no longer serve. You may argue that what you believed before about yourself, your partner, or your relationship didn't play out so well, but I'm here to tell you that it did. After all, it was a new set of beliefs that made you leave, if you were the one to end the relationship. What do you believe is to come forth for you? When it comes to your past, what belief did you hold on to that did not serve you? Who and what encouraged a belief that you no longer hold on to? Before you can take any action and make any commitment to yourself and others, you must be able to stand on a solid foundation of belief, one that cannot be budged, regardless of past circumstances. While you might want to drop or readjust some beliefs, you must have a set that is truly non-negotiable for you. You should not be able to easily abandon your beliefs just because things do not look good or something went wrong. Your beliefs need you to stand by them, regardless of what is going on. That is one way your beliefs show up and recognize you. Any type of change you are set on making in your life will always start with your beliefs and your commitment to them. The priority, your happiness. How important is happiness in your life? This may sound like a silly question, but the truth is, while you think you're chasing after happiness and freedom, you may have imprisoned yourself with ideas about the future instead of attending to yourself properly right now. Your happiness is a vital part of a healthy relationship with yourself and others. When you put yourself last and attend to someone else's happiness first, you are telling yourself that you are not worth it and that you don't deserve happiness. You are telling others you come second. The long-term effects can be devastating, since you may later latch on to the idea that your happiness is all that matters, and then take it to the extreme by being overly selfish and unable to have healthy relationships with others. When you decide to take care of yourself by feeding your mind, body, and spirit, and by affording yourself the same level of respect you would give to your loved one, you'll find yourself doing less complaining, having more passion for life, and being less attached to what others do and what they say about you. You'll realize that although other people's words and actions can hurt you, at your core, you are happy. It only gives way when you give it away. A lot of conflict with others happens when we are not happy with ourselves. You might be saying, "But making others happy makes me happy." And while that can be true, it is only a matter of time before your self-neglect takes its toll. There must be a balance to all that you do. The change that you seek moving forward rests in your ability to prioritize your own happiness. Because happiness looks different to everyone, it's best to understand that what you accept as happiness for yourself should, on some level, be a sacred place for you. Whether you like to retreat by spending time meditating, reading, or painting your nails, you want to make sure that you attend to your happy place every single day. You get to your happy zone not only by practicing gratitude, but by paying attention to your daily needs and attending to them. The priority you give your happiness has changed. It no longer depends on who has walked in and out of your life, nor should your happiness ever be on life support because of another person's beliefs about you. Taking care of yourself, inside and out, is now at the top of your to-do list.